Good morning everyone and welcome to Joel Preston Author and home of the Old World Saga. Today, with my co-writers in tow, I'm beginning the first video in a planned series on productivity and motivation. On my social media accounts, I always video my meal preps and it has been requested over and over for a guide on how exactly I do it. A bit of a backstory. Now, I'm a true believer that keeping yourself physically healthy keeps you mentally healthy, especially when you want to get stuff done. What are my credentials even to talk about productivity and motivation? The only evidence I've got is this, my book series, The Old World Saga, that I've written over the past 5 years that has 8 entries currently, a 9th about to be released, has all been completed while working full-time and taking on a lot of opportunities. So what I'm going to teach you to make today are 25 high-protein, nutritious meals that you can make in about an hour, all in one go. Now, apologies to the vegans and vegetarians out there. I will be using 5 kilos of meat. And look, I agree with you that the modern industrial agricultural complex is probably the greatest crime humanity's committed on the natural world. But I've tried making these vegan and they are dreadful. Got 1.5 kilos of diced beef. We've got 3.2 kilos of diced chicken breast. We've got 2 bags of chopped onions. We've got 2 bags of broccoli florets, 1 large bag of cut beans, 2 jars of chopped chili, 1 jar of crushed garlic, 2 tins of red curry paste, brown lentils, black beans, chickpeas, Mexican seasoning for the chicken, I get 4 bags, and 2 kilos of rice. You are going to need 25 containers. Normally I use reusable ones. Just for ease today, I'm going to show you in a pre-packed 25, just so you can see exactly how it all lays out in the end. You're going to need 2 rice cookers. I have 1 expensive one and 1 cheap one. I recommend just buying 2 cheap ones, the biggest size you can, 10 cups. Extra virgin, of course. Now, good tasting rice is the key to this endeavor. Each kilogram of rice is getting 1 jar of red curry paste, 1 jar of crushed chili, and half a jar of crushed garlic. And trust me, I used to put way more garlic in it than this, but then it comes out of your pores and everyone at work tells you you stink. Now we just stir it all up. So questions I often get about rice: no, you do not need to use brown rice. It tastes like dirt and the nutritional benefits are negligible. And I also get asked, well, why do you include rice? If you don't, it could be keto. And I don't like doing keto. I've done it before. I wouldn't do it again. I wouldn't recommend it to people. I'd rather find a healthy way to live that includes carbs rather than neglects them entirely. We're doing our meat. So oven set to 220. I use fan forced. 3 baking trays. This next part may seem a bit strange, but this is how I like to prepare the filler portion of the meal. So that was the second hardest part of this, and you'll never believe it, but we're almost done. Diced chicken breast. Frozen beans and frozen broccoli straight into containers. And now we do beans. That's all you need to do for the greenery. Pretty easy. So now, while we wait for the rice and meat to finish cooking, I thought I'd talk a little bit about how this kind of meal prepping will be useful for you. I often find that between work and trying to write my books, I am burning the candle at both ends and I'm wrecked. And if I don't have these healthy meals to fall back on, it's very easy to use that mental energy drain as an excuse to go and get junk food. And I am a classic junk food binge eater, which is why I try to regiment myself like this just to stay on track. If you've got a kids or a wife or whatever, you're probably thinking, well, this is all well and good, but it's no good for me. You need to change your mindset because progression and productivity are small incremental steps towards achieving a goal. And you need to take those little victories every day that you can. So if you do this and you make 25 meals in freezer, that's 25 shifts at work. You can take your lunch, you don't have to spend any money, you're not eating crap. You're actually going to end the day a lot better than you would have if you hadn't put in this tiny bit of work. Over time, it's going to have an incredible effect on improving your life. Protein, protein, and protein. This is the final step. There you have it, 25 ultra healthy, easy meals done like that. They're about 650 to 750 calories each, insanely healthy, good protein. I'm not going to do the exact macros here because I have to look them up again and I don't really want to. Some of you may be a bit squeamish about putting the hot food directly onto the frozen or defrosted vegetables. I'll just reiterate that I'm no health and safety whiz. I've been doing this for a long time just like this and never had any issues. If you're a little bit more bacteria conscious or something like that, then I'm sure you can think a way around it. Regardless, if you like this video or you learned something from it or you're going to give it a go, give me a like and subscribe. I'm hoping that I can build a following so that people actually want to hear about my writing. Needless to say, this cooking is going to really confuse the algorithm. I will be doing an update video for my current book, In the Shadow of a Mantled God, as soon as I possibly can, hopefully this next week coming. But life is just busy, 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 as I'm sure it is for all of you. Anyway, have a great day, have a great week, and remember, healthy body, healthy mind. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.